The bans across Consular, Theme Park even. I don't know why I was thinking Consular. That's the next map, isn't it?
That's the last map. In the
Yeah.
If we go there.
If we go.
If we go.
You really threw me off by complimenting me. I'm not used to it.
For adding to your joke.
Yeah. Hey, Thatcher's gone. That's not the biggest surprise.
Wow.
Well, Thatcher being removed is everybody has commented over this.
On a map like...
Theme Park.
Theme Park.
Meme Park.
I mean...
MonkaS on Meme Park. If I had the skills of Salty right now, if I had the meme skills of Salty, I would be able to make something funny out of this. But I don't. Jackal's gone from MonkaS, and I think that's a fair removal. It was every single round was in the hands of the Mercenaries.
Yeah, but how much did he actually scan? How often did we see him scan?
Okay, to me, with this kind of tier, doesn't matter too much. Because you think about how often you see Jackal banned in your ranked games. Whether you're in, obviously, Plat, or whether you're in wherever. That's
I'm
when
in Plat, don't worry.
Yeah. Okay, I know you are. I mean, there's a whole range of, I guess, ranks across the talent here at the minute. All the way down to the old bronze Dev. Des, not Dev.
Dev could be bronze as well, I'm not sure.
Did talent think about why they would have two people with such similar names? Can we rename one of them? Because I'm really...
That would be helpful.
Let's make them fight to the death. Look at this. I'd never noticed this on the back screen before.
It's normally not.
Oh. Now we go in.
Just for a bit.
Armory Throne Room. The point I was trying to make before I was derailed by myself was that when you remove a Jackal, it's a mindset changer. Some teams struggle with the concept that they cannot play their way and cannot play their game because he's on the board. He restricts what they can do and restricts where they can go with him. Taking him out of the equation and going, well, we don't have to worry about this anymore, means that for them, they might find a bit of confidence, because that was one of the things I thought they were lacking. They weren't swinging onto their gunfights as consistently as we saw MercenarieZ doing. Whether they had the right guns or the wrong guns, MercenarieZ definitely had the right idea. Hit them at the doors, hit them hard, hit them heavy, and take control of the action on the doorways and the choke points. Here, maybe, hey, hopefully, MonkaS take this ban, they play without him, and then when they go to their defenses, they play without him. They play without the worry they're going to be tracked down.
All right, we do see that Kali being brought, Fluke, and I'm just thinking, is there any spots here where you could hide your Electroclaw so it doesn't get picked up by the Kali?
Shout out to Strix as well, thank you. Both the teams are popping off. It's so good to watch the match where the best team win. I think that's one of the things from the region as well. I know that you've just mentioned about Kali, and I'll get into that because I love Kali and Kaid's battles on this map. But I'm very quickly going to reference that tweet and say,
that's okay.
Every single team was really positive about each other coming onto this stage.
So nice. That's a spawn peek. And it's a field spawn peek.
It doesn't mean they're not going to spawn peek each other.
He definitely met the maker.
Yeah. Took care of them. QB was able to take care, and that's a big person off the board, obviously, instantly. But Kali versus Kaid, the lifelong battle. Kali on this map, if they're in a talented player's hands, I think there's nowhere that Kaid can really go. With what this map can offer you, yeah, there's one or two spots, but they're just such a good gun here. And I don't know if it's because I saw it a lot in the hands of, I believe it was BDS, are really kind of fans of, I've seen them run Kali on this
as
map.
well.
Yep, August as well. It's just something about this has a bit of fire, has a bit of panache, as I use that word a lot with Dez yesterday, and it works really, really nicely.
I don't even know what that word means.
Neither do I.
What is this Claymore?
I'm going to stop trying to guess what French words mean, because I mess them up more often than not.
Okay, so I'm just looking at that Claymore and I'm thinking, if someone walks into this one.
Yeah, okay. Here's a quick tip with Claymores. Don't put them like that. I mean, it doesn't really prevent anything. You want to try and keep the Claymore at an angle where you have to...
want to put it in tight.
Yeah, tight against the wall, so the edges of the red lines cross the footprint, but in the same breath, you don't leave it as easy to get. They can waste an impact to blow it up, sure, but it's the noise that matters. There, they'll make noise to take rid of it or get rid of it, but they can do it with anything. It can be a very subtle noise if timed correctly. Talking of subtlety, obviously, after having the opener pick go against them...
Oh, they are indeed hiding it.
Yeah. MonkaS have wasted no time, though, in applying the pressure.
So smart. I was thinking, where can they maybe hide the Electroclaw and see how much time is being wasted? It is in the bait. Can we just quickly swap back to Kaid? Because it is in that little table right there. If we, I don't know if we can scroll more down, but it's in the center of the screen right now. So it's inside that, underneath, and it just reaches out to grab both. No, wait, there's a second one deployed on the other side of the wall. So there we go. in the corner right here. You see it just on the top of your screen above the beam. There's the second Electroclaw, meaning both are not going to be able to be caught by the Kali, which makes it that Yellow, the take from there, cannot actually come down. And you see how invested Monka is on trying to double down on that.
Medics just went laughing.
He can't see it.
He said he can't see them, but the cameras he still provided there
was enough.
It showed them. So whether Medics sees them or not doesn't matter. That's how good.
Look, it's on his left now, Medics. Never mind. He's getting taken down. He's dead now.
He's dead.
Something else is on his left now to worry about. That's the Kali actually getting sniped down. As Hasib will be able to get that kill. Double kill to come in. 3 on 3. Even though they managed to get a bridge in, it's a quad kill, triple kill to come in. And suddenly Hasib just runs out, gets these kills. Definitely a player to watch. QB wants to go for the chase, but he's going to get taken down as well. There's a quad kill to come through, and Ninja will finish it off. Fluke, you're absolutely dancing around the studio, and I understand why, because Hasib was just dancing between all these players and taking them out one by one.
Hasib, with unbelievable bravery, charged through, and for me to comment on the fact that this is what mercenaries were doing best. That confidence, that knowledge that I'm going to take this firefight and I am going to win it. Hasib just did that with ease. Charged through 3 members of the opposing team as they were making their execute. It wasn't that he took them by intense surprise. Well, I guess you always do when you're that bold and brave and go straight over the top and through no man's land. But in the same breath, they were prepping to be covered. They were prepping to have fights, and it meant nothing to him as he decided to take 3, waited for the 4th to come round the corner, and that was his round for the Mercenaries, and not really a Mercenaries round.
Now Monka put up a an adaptation. Can you spot it within 15 seconds?
Carly's gone.
Yes, and they brought a
Maverick.
Indeed, there we go. So now those Electroclaws, if they manage to hide them, of course it's not here now. If they would be able to hide them now, it just wouldn't matter. You just simply cut open with your blowtorch a little hole in the wall, which you would be allowed to shoot through or possibly walk through. As yet again, here we see the one snipe coming down onto the Kali, moving through, taking down a second headshot as well. Onto that was the Hibana player. And going aggressive, just so much daring. Such a daring play coming through right here. It was somewhat expected by the Capital, but not able to get that kill. And thus, Mercenaries, 1 round up.
Now, obviously, a bit of a change of pace, and they're heading up to the 2nd floor to see if they can make things work over here. Excuse me. Instead, I'm out of breath because I'm gasping so much. A lot of gasping. Or is it gasping? If I was Geo, it
Geo should be able to say it.
She'd correct me on this. She's nodding her head. Because she went to proper school, and I
didn't. Like, is it gasping or gasping? And then she's like, yes.
She's saying it's gasping.
There we go.
Or she's gasping. For, I don't know.
Now we prefaced.
More action. Yeah. Let's get it. Here it comes. We're making the production man who's currently trying to do probably real work, unlike ours, right in front of us. But here comes the pressure now. They've got the diffuser. They haven't got the opening kill. They've opted not to go for the spawn peek this time. To be fair, if you were to try and tilt your opponents, there's a couple of ways to do it on the opening rounds. 1, spawn peek them. Take them out of the action before they even get close. You've taken a map. You're going to try and take a second. The other, harder to pull off, but apparently they did it, an unbelievable reverse sweep to lead to a clutch.
Hasib
hasn't stopped.
He doesn't stop. He doesn't miss. He gets QB. Gets that kill. It's the Ash main gone. No more entry fragger on the likes of MonkaS.
Yeah, obviously QB got the opener last time and hasn't been able to match that this time round. And now it's just a matter of seeing if they can find their way through and get a little bit back. They're on the back foot. An unfortunately consistent problem on the first map. They were only able to get the opening kill once on Villa. They've already managed to double that.
They matched that.
Yeah, it's the gift of having someone try and spawn peek. But, well, from here on out, let's see what they can do. The C4 goes too deep. The Maverick played close, but it doesn't matter to me. 7 gets 1, but dies in the process. Firefly, who has definitely been illuminating on the hands of MonkaS, has been able to pull something back. Ishan gets 1 more against Ninja Freak, and they're looking for the firefight round the close heavy wall. Big angles being held and big attention being paid. With 45 seconds left on the board, they still have time to work with.
Seeb able to pick up yet another kill. It's going to be Taha now to follow that up as well. It's all up to Cruzy now. A 1-on-3 situation. One of the players of Mercenaries is low on HP. He's going to be able to find him. the long angles he has to work with. Still has 2 arrow jabs in pocket. Could have maybe made use of that, as Maker is in the meantime going for a bit of a flank. There's a note that his right's being watched. Does not manage to get killed or get the kill in the result. As they're counting down from 15 seconds, he will not be able to find the one that just moves through the bathroom, and Maker will be able to spot him out soon for sure as he tries to go for the gunfight here, but it's going to be Mercenaries that is going to be able to pick it up, get that kill, as Maker finds the last one, lands it, and boosts them up 2-0.
Well, Mercenaries, their second round was much more fitting to what we saw on the first map than the first round here. Is that just a little bit of shaky wheels that they had coming in on the landing into Theme Park? Will they grow from this? I guess it's time will tell. The pick to the Goyo as we head over to Initiation Room shows again this adaptation that they've had. I've really loved the operator selections. Maybe it's because for me it appeals more towards the current tier 1, and what we're generally seeing, as we said, the differences that we get between these teams is almost like when you see a film that's been out in the, it's been popular globally and it's still in the cinemas and a lot of other places where maybe at this point it's passed on. Here we get that with old EU strategies in a way. They're still very popular. They're still getting a really great audience. Unfortunately, for MonkaS, Mercenaries, they keep going to the cinema. They keep watching new films. They keep growing their repertoire of ideas and ingenuity that they bring across all of the maps. So here on Theme Park, here or back on Villa, their roster selections, their ideas and their implementations have been par for the course.
That's staring. I would really like to see Pokemon from the US Challenger League play against MonkaS from South Asia. I think that will be the battle of the emotes.
The thing is, in that game, Natabrit,
he's gonna hate his life.
Well, no. To be fair, any of the mods, Jenny A, they could put the chat onto emo only, and it would be exactly the same.
Probably wouldn't change a thing, indeed, except for the occasional Natabrit copy paste that will come out. Gonna have to try and translate that one into emotes as 250 back into the action phase. QB hoping to find an entry this time yet again. Only managed to do it twice so far in the series. Need some more if they want to be able to put up some extra rounds.
Arcade Cabinet becomes a bit of a tension. Cruzy, obviously the last left alive. Nomad was banned last time round, and they're going to try and bring that in with some control of the play space, which, to be fair to Mercenaries, yes, they get aggressive. Yes, they have these moments, but we haven't really seen the air jabs put against those. We haven't, to be honest, seen too many of them put down. They were the last alive at that point, and I didn't really see where their areas of control fell to. A grenade gets caught, nabbed out of the air just in front of the shield, and Firefly's going to ping it without wasting the second.
And this is about Mercenaries what I really like, right? So these pretty sophisticated things. You might not see that firsthand, but they are implementing them perfectly into their strategy now. So we really have to give them credit for that, because there is still some teams in current Tier 1 play all over the world that do not really understand or use these properly. And Mercenaries do seem to actually use them in the correct way. So we have to give them that one, and that will really give them a leg up compared to their competition.
Angles being opened now. This is, I believe, the longest we've had all 10 players still standing this late on into the round. But it gets closer and closer to that minute mark, and at this moment you think, how much have MonkaS been able to manage? They still haven't got in an arcade, and it's still being battled back against. Cafe, not under their control either, and here comes a man creeping close and aggressive in mercenary stylings. Again, happy to be confident, happy to take the fire at any doorway, any location, any possibility where they have this kind of swan of, I can win this.
Will that be caught? No, it will not. They'll probably get the shield as well, as Firefly will be taking a few points of damage. 50 seconds left on the clock. Still, everybody standing. Firefly is the only one who took damage so far, as another set of Excaliburs will be used. I'm not really sure about this one. It will create them in a line of sight, but is it going to be so helpful for them in these last dying seconds? Side is going to be approved. It's going to be one kill to come in. Maker able to drop that diffuser. Will shortly be recovered though. His line will be able to pick that one up, and they're kind of struggling trying to take the fight here to the player who's holding the back inside of that bathroom right there. The shield is going to get popped, and that means there is a bit of a heat going down right there, but a lot of time is being wasted in the meantime. MonkaS needs to move in, but look at where Mercenaries is. They're all around. They know someone is also still downstairs. Maker is, keeping an eye out on that. His line now moves in. It's going to be Ninja Freak to actually pick pick that one up. No, it's not. It's Maker to go for it. Getting a triple kill himself. Untitled cruising now in the middle of sight, but he's going to be walking across as he swaps to his pistol. Maker finishes it off. It's Mercenaries to win round number 3. And so far, they have been absolutely flawless. Not making any mistakes, except for maybe that spawn peek in the start. And they're going to be able to carry this on and extend their round lead.
It's so worth obviously noting there that it just seemed like Mercenaries were never truly tested until the dying throws. And because of that, because they didn't have any of these pinches pull off, because they didn't have any of their operators overextend or get a little bit too cocky with some of these closer to the site engagement, yes, I was complimenting their aggression. We could see them moving and manipulating around Arcade Window. But as noted and noticed, as soon as they realized it's getting a bit too hot and a bit too peppery, pull back. You don't need to throw your life away just yet. Take that.
I mean, you're not used to people re-peeking, right? Like, because they're shooting at the Legion, and the Legion is like, I don't care, I just peek in. Hasib just goes for the gunfight, and I mean, I guess it's intimidating if like everything you peek instantly gets re-peeked, like they're not afraid to die.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you win this first map so convincingly, you're right now 3-0 up as well. You can afford to do these things. You can afford to be intimidating by just re-peeking everything, keeping them on their toes.
Okay, turning over to the eyes on MonkaS, what do you think they're missing? Or what do you think they need to be able to get a little bit more ground? Because to be fair, last time we were
Monty.
here, well, that's a very good shout, because this was their closest bomb site.
Well, I mean, to be honest, they should have won this one. Let's just say that. Look, there we go. First Electroclaw deployed on that thing right here. There you go. You see it? We'll be able to just get it, and then the other one will be put down here. Both will be unavailable to be picked up from the Kali. And now Medics is saying awesome because he finally spotted them. And there we go. That wall will not be opened up unless you have a Maverick, which they do not. And there's also Nakali now, which will make it harder for the Mute Jammers to actually be taken out. They need to go for the S-Charges from above to deal with that.
3-0. They've guaranteed themselves an even split, but with the way this is going, I wouldn't be surprised if they took even more. As we said before, this was the closest site and the closest firefight between the two teams. What I'm seeing from MonkaS is they're just not quite quick enough to adapt to what Mercenaries are putting forward. They're not able to kind of piece together the ins, the outs, the ideas and the holds of the strategy. There's a C4. There's Cruzy, who survived. Eyes on the drone. Doesn't get caught, so instead just swing on them both and get the 2-kill Maker! From being reverse spawn peeked in the opening round to 2 free kills in the 4th.
The balls of steel, the man that just gets a C4 tossed to them. It doesn't land, you know, it lands too short, meaning the kill doesn't get picked up. But for just to stay down there, you know, after your drone just got hacked, you should have been aware in that moment in time.
And they killed a Nomad. They killed their roam control. They killed the one person they've been bringing to stop this exact thing.
Hasn't been too effective, though.
It's the one thing we didn't want to happen.
Indeed. And right now, that leaves them in a tough situation because look at that. Everything is mute jammed or electroclawed off. There's no way they can go in. They need to focus from the Dragon Door or maybe split to actually make this push happen. And his line is still busy about this one person at the top of the stairs. It's going to be Lusty that spots out Hasib all the way in the back of Throne.
Now then it becomes a bit slow and steady until the hard destruction goes down. Another one falls to the guns of Mercenaries. The stun grenades go over the top. They're concerned about the rotation underneath. They're popping charges too from Zafir. They're looking for this frag, but again, look at the motions being made. He's on your left, and there he is, and there you go. Taha. Aha. Flawless round.
Just these little things you do, dude. It's enough to crack me up. But indeed, it's 4-0 right now. Mercenaries are in a commanding lead. A very commanding lead. You could be asking, who's commanding the Mercenaries?
Well, this is a lore question. I'm going to ask Milos about this.
Who hired these guys?
Obviously, there is a mercenary group inside Rainbow Six. A certain sniper from a certain region.
Yeah. Who? A certain, my disc thrower.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe they're from the same little group. I don't remember the name of the mercenaries.
Nighthaven?
Is it? Nighthaven. Yeah, Milos is giving the thumbs up. We've impressed the dad of the talent team.
You need to know your lore.
Yeah. You know at the very beginning
You also didn't know the M59 0A1 shotgun.
Okay, listen. Right.
It's British.
Listen. Listen, you. Listen, you. Medics is now in my ear, also giving me stick about my lack of intelligence. But Geo is saluting me. So, how about them apples? How about those apples?
Where does apples come from?
Have you never heard that
First
phrase?
you called desert potato, and now you're just tossing apples into the mix. Are you making some sort of salad or something?
Just a potato and apple salad?
I mean, it's just two of the ingredients. I'm not sure what else you're going to be coming up with in the next coming
how can
3
you even
days.
suggest that in a city with food as good as Paris's?
I mean, I'm just, you know, asking questions, and I'm not suggesting anything.
Here's a suggestion.
All right.
Let's talk about Rainbow Six.
Oh.
4-0 as we go into the 5th round. And honestly, Mercenaries, with the way they're going, it would be pretty monumental for MonkaS to be able to find something in here. It's little mistakes that we've talked about, that we've seen from every tier and every level of play. Obviously here, when we have a team that is coming in on the seed 1, and a team that's coming in on the 4th seed, we're seeing it more obvious because, well, they're really being pressed and living up to the seeds that they came in on. Doesn't mean Me7 isn't going to be first off the board, and to be honest, if there's one player that is consistently impressing me from the hands of MonkaS, it has to be Firefly. Hasn't been able to shine too much in this game, but these little moments he had where he was able to win things round, bring things back into the favor of MonkaS, you know, he's kind of started to show up very well today.
Indeed, he's starting to show off well. I'm just happy they didn't use the X-Kairos on the actual hatch, because it could be more useful later on in the round. You got to keep in mind, it could be very likely one of your Heart Breachers dies, and as I say that, the Heart Breacher does indeed die, and that means every single piece of X-Kairos is needed, but then the second one gets taken out as well. Why do you put your Heart Breachers on the front line? MonkaS, put up the Sophia, put up the IQ, or even the Nomad in that matter. Not your Heart Breachers.
You look at where QB could have been in that situation. They have a man behind a Goyo shield holding a close corner. You know he's there with the angle. You have ways to blow that shield up. That is what you've got to do on your approach there. They may be stuff you've got to burn, sure. That's why you bring your flash canisters and your flash grenades to get through that. Or, you know, you pop your less useful utility with Zephyr. It's the situation, it's the balance, it's what you want to have meet them first. And what you want to have meet them first is the utility burn meta that we're in. Burn it, use it, utilize it, or die with it. That is the trade, that is the economy that they're making, and that is why things are falling entirely in front of a shield that just takes 20 seconds and some balanced play to destroy.
Well, it's all up to Cruzy now in a 1-on-4, but he will be taken down. It's going to be Hasib to get a clean hat shot down onto Cruzy, and Mercenaries will win their 5th round in a row on Team Park. I'm not sure how much their streak is actually if we take the previous map into account.
7 rounds in a row.
7 rounds in a row.
7 rounds in a row.
So far. MonkaS haven't seen their name on the board for a while now. They need to get it now. They need to step it up. You do not want to go to your second half 6-0, because that means you cannot make a single mistake anymore if you want to be going up to the grand final. And we said before, MonkaS was going to be able to keep it close, and look at that indeed. Maker 10-on-1.
Hasib 9-0.
9-0 on Hasib.
Hasib hasn't died yet.
The man. That's going to be a big rating. I can tell you that.
Them stats. Again, this is a region that we obviously haven't seen too much on. So the stats that we've been able to put together are ones where, for us, it's going to be kind of fresh eyes. And obviously, stuff that we're going to be able to bring into the future games. Now, I got a little bit of stats a little bit before, obviously. And I know I mentioned that I've been able to talk to a couple of people in the scene, and I also had really good input from Haider Ali, or Russian Ewok, the head of news at CGG, who was able to give me a really good insight and idea, and actually ran some numbers and some stats from the only broadcast game, which was the one that was streamed. And from then, it gave me a bit of an idea of where to work with. But as you said, the stats that are being put up here by Mercenaries, oh, they're going to be some pretty big numbers at the end of all of this.
They'll definitely be big numbers. Just looking at a 10-1, 9-0. On the other hand, the team of MonkaS is struggling to find themselves some kills. And already one drone taken out. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, I have to say. But the drone economy also not really Too strong. It seems like they lose them, but don't really do anything with the information or do not dare to push through. And yet again, we do not see a shield play to come down. We haven't seen them play Clash either, whilst we have seen that from Mercenaries. We haven't seen them Monty yet, even though it's been available for 2 times. And that could really be what they would need to push through to a shield like that we just saw. Just get that shield, get that mountain into the board, and start pushing with that.
Unfortunately, Firefly is blown up into cinders by Me7, who's able to C4 them through the floor and start yet another round in the favor of Mercenaries. And again, when you're looking at the potential of a 6-0 on the half, it's not the way you want to go. Ninja Freak is dancing against this hatch and just blows it up anyway.
What's the use of this? It's gonna like if there's an X-Gyro Sunday, I'm opening it myself. It's gonna have nothing to do with this.
I'm not being fired. I quit.
That's basically it. Like, no, I quit. I resigned my job, and that's exactly what happened there. Like, either just wait a second and toss it over so you have the opportunity of getting a kill, because no one is going to be hot dropping through that hatch. But well, that's one more C4 gone. One landed with a kill, the other one did not. But it's still 3-on-5 advantage right here for Mercenaries. Something that is, well, quite, you know, commanding, quite, well, clear. Something that might be really hard for MonkaS to get back into, especially since they're struggling with taking the even first room to go in. They want to take this waiting room, but can they? 70 seconds, and it's going to be Me7 to pick up yet another kill. Leaves it up to a 2-on-4, 2-on-5 situation. Well, my discs is now picking up a huge chunk of the utility that Lion has as well. However, the shield is going to get destroyed, I believe, maybe? Yes, it does. That is going to be giving him a little bit more breathing space.
Looking for a close firefight, and they're able to at least get one, but not for very long. Maker pushes and keeps pushing. Takes another 2 for his total that is just cruising right now. 6-0. Map point. Everything to be done by MonkaS.
Not a single mistake they can afford, Fluke. Not a single slip-up. Not a single misclick. Everything will come back in this situation right now. And if it does, it is going to be a 7-0, 7-1, maybe 7-2. And Mercenaries will find themselves into these grand finals of the region. The first ever time that they will be in a major and have the opportunity to gain 6 invitational points to qualify themselves for the tournament at the end of the esports year.
12-1 is such a big...
It's very intimidating.
It is, yeah, because obviously you're looking at this from the idea of when they took first seed, when they took first place to get themselves into this competition, they were a very new roster. They'd only been together for about 2 or 3 weeks before that all kicked off. So they've now had time. They've had time to refine, time to improve. You compare the results that these guys have had today versus the very same team that they played throughout those qualifiers. They were tighter maps and matches. They were, you know, 7-5s. They weren't too big of a runaway game. Here, they have stepped up another level. And if you're in the rosters of Kira and you're in the rosters of Union, you're thinking at this moment, okay, we've got to do the same. Maybe they already have. We'll be finding out later today. But unfortunately for MonkaS, they've just been a little bit left in the wake of an unbelievable and overwhelming force of Mercenaries today.
I like what we're seeing from Mercenaries here. Instead of bringing the Kali, you bring the Maverick. And the Maverick in this map is, in my eyes, favored by a lot. Because there's nothing you have to worry about. You just open it up, get that opening in that wall, go for that push. And when you have that Kali, you see what could happen. You see what could happen. They might just be hidden, and there's nothing you can do at that point.
Slow and steady seems to be the role here. Now, one of the things that we kind of talked about before was the ban on the Jackal. And I said maybe this is something that's going to give the defense of MonkaS a bit more defense.
We does not see him.
Does not see him.
He does not know. And now they're facing each other with their backs to the wall as QB is going to be taking some damage as he creates a bit of a bullet hole. It's not going to be the kill eventually. Maker not able to find and follow up on that one, but Taha will be, and that's the entry yet again. QB taking out a double kill from Taha to come in, and this might be exploding into a very quick round right here, Fluke, as 2 members die within 5 seconds really. it's only going to be up to the last remaining 3 members to hold the line, to make sure that MonkaS is not going out with a 7-0 blow into the semi-final. It's up to Lusty, Firefly, and Lion to hold the ground.
Well, they're trying to find the Vigil, and they're wasting as much time as possible. He's not going to shoot the drone just yet, but you assume, yeah, as soon as his ability is about to go down, he does, and well played. Yet again, if I'm going to talk about the timings and the misplays from the hands of MonkaS today from MercenarieZ, it has been pinpoint. 5 versus 4 versus 1 is all that remains in the hope of MonkaS in this tournament so far. But again, when you meet an overwhelming force, when you meet an undeniable presence, when you meet the flashes, the bangs, the communication combination that they are, you unfortunately meet your end at the hands of MercenarieZ. Consolation to MonkaS. They showed up for the first time on the biggest stage in the world, and there was definitely sparks of ingenuity and ideas there that just couldn't quite find their way through into round wins. And congratulations to MercenarieZ, who were another level today.
They were indeed on another level, but also the right thing here for MonkaS is there's a lot of points we actually spotted right here they could be improving on. If only they watch back the fault, I think there's a